Research making its way across social media is igniting health concerns about tampons.
Yeah, it was the first of its kind to look at the presence of metals and found trace amounts of more than a dozen metals in 14 different tampon brands. These include potentially toxic ones like lead. Wink News health and medical reporter Amy Osher has more on what you should do.
Talk is making its way across campus. FGU students Avery Larson and Florcy Jean were scrolling TikTok when they learned about toxic metals in tampons. It sounded scary.
And it impacts like the use of tampons further on because we don't know what's in them. And it's crazy that this has just come up now.
I also saw like a whole bunch of slideshows on TikTok of people saying like, oh, like this brand has higher and like this brand has lower.
There's no truth to that. This was a blind study, so even researchers didn't know the brands. Published in July by Environmental International, 30 types of tampons from 14 popular brands were tested, including organic ones, purchased from major retailers in the U.S. They found 16 different metals, among them mercury, arsenic, and lead. It raises a lot of concerns because tampons are an important and popular part of feminine hygiene. The modern tampon was patented back in 1931, and the premise remains the same, to pull moisture away from the body. Today, up to 80% of menstruating women use them. I shared the study with FGCU Assistant Nursing Professor Christina Joba. She has a unique perspective.
I was an engineer before I was a nurse, and one of the things that I did was feminine care products.
Making her intimately familiar with tampon design.
Tampons are going to be some kind of cotton or rayon that is absorbent. They're usually kind of encased in a material like a spun cotton or something that holds it together. And then there's a cord that goes into them.
Joba says it's likely the metals, which are naturally occurring, come from the cotton.
The same way that we get our nutrients in our food is the same way that it's going to end up probably getting into the products that we're using.
Some of these metals, the mercury, arsenic, and lead, are considered toxic, and there is concern they can disrupt hormones. Chemicals are linked to dementia, cancer, and other health issues. Joba says the issue is complex.
It's very low levels that they're found. They don't know whether or not it actually goes into the body or what the levels might be. But it is a very small amount compared to what we think of as an acceptable level overall.
For now, women everywhere are wondering whether they should toss their tampons.
I would want to learn more about it because definitely cause for concern.
More research needs to be done to know if the metals are being absorbed into the body. Amy Osher, Wink News.
Well, Amy reached out to one of the largest manufacturers, Procter & Gamble, which makes Tampax, to see if they had any insight on this. Well, we did not hear back. Also worth noting that tampons are considered a medical device and are regulated by the FDA.